Hello, I'm Tom Bleasdale, and today I'm going to talk about isolation. An unfortunate side effect of any chronic illness is that most of us do end up becoming quite severely isolated from society and the world in general. When you are ill all the time and you can't get out and about to socialise, you do find that you tend to get cut out, you get left out, and you lose contact with people. When I first got ill, I thought it would be like it is on TV and in the movies where everyone rallies round and they go to extreme lengths to make sure that you're not left out of any of the fun that they're having and that you get included, and even if it takes a lot of effort, they'll make that effort to bring you along and include you. Yeah, very, very, very rare in reality, unfortunately. No one I know with fibromyalgia has had the magical experience that TV and movies seem to show occurs when people get ill. It's an ideal situation. We'd love them all to rally around there and be there for us, but it's just not how it is in real life. People get scared and they don't like seeing people that they care about suffering. And I was quite young. I was 19, 20 when I got really ill. And at that time, the friends I had, most of them just couldn't cope with it emotionally or psychologically. They didn't know how to treat me when I was ill. They didn't know how to cope with seeing someone they cared about suffering. So it was easier for them just to not see me as much and to gradually less and less, visit me less and less often. And as a result, I ended up seeing very few people very infrequently. When it came down to it, I ended up with about two friends. Two people who stood by me and still came by to see me every now and then. Some of the ones that left me weren't proper friends. A couple of them even told me that they were bored of just coming round and chatting and watching TV and it was boring, and even just for like half an hour. And that's their choice. It's the way it is. You find out that a lot of people who you thought really cared about you deeply don't care about you as deeply as you would have hoped. And that's painful. That's very difficult to get used to and very difficult to deal with. But you have to just accept it and move on. There's no point being angry. There's no point holding grudges. There's no point phoning them up and shouting at them. I did that once. It was a waste of time, waste of energy. Didn't help anyone. Didn't make me feel better. It's a strange thing being so isolated. You see the world going by without you and you're not a part of it. You become an observer in many ways to society, and that can be very, very stressful, especially if you pay attention to what's going on in society and the world these days. It can become very upsetting and stressful. I tend to avoid the news these days because it is so upsetting. I try to focus on beauty, art, music, nature. That's what I try to focus on. Going 2 weeks at a time, seeing no one but my mum, who I'm lucky enough to live with, and my physical therapist, it's tough. And you get too much time to think and too much time inside your own head, and it's easy to become a little bit strange and to develop possibly warped ideas and to become very mistrusting of people and to lose faith in humanity. There's lots of negative things that can come with being separated from humanity. You can end up feeling like you're better than other people because of the way you behave and the way you observe them behaving. And you may well be better than those people, but developing a superiority complex won't really help you feel less isolated. Now, despite being so isolated and having so much time on my own, I do try my best to keep in contact with people using the internet, Facebook. I have a couple of friends who I'm comfortable enough to video call with on my phone or on Skype. I don't like video calls for some reason, but there's a couple of people who I trust enough to do it with. And it helps. It's important to try and keep in contact with some people and remember that our friends and families, they have lives, they have other friends and other families, and they have other things they have to do, and they have lists of priorities and jobs. Whereas in our situation, we can become very self-involved, and it's possible to become self-centered and to forget that those people that do genuinely care about us actually care about us. And we can start to think that they don't care about us because they haven't come by to see us for 3, 4, 5 months. That's the way it goes sometimes. Life gets in the way. They have kids, they have jobs, they have to travel to visit you, that kind of thing. It's not always easy. Yes, if someone lives 5 minutes away and they've got a car and they go out and about all the time, but they never stopped by to see you, they're probably not that good a friend, which is a sad reality we have to accept with those people, and we just have to let them go, because being angry about it doesn't help. It's just important to keep hold of and cherish the few people that are there for you, the few people that do understand, and the few people that do really care. And as few as they are, just know you're lucky to have them. Even if it's only one, you're lucky to have them.